What up? What up? What up, world? I'm Classic Mike. This is the Get Right Fantasy Network. This is our week 12 Sunday morning show. Glad to have you here. Hope all is well. Hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. We're going to be here. We're going to be doing some start sit questions throughout the show. So make sure you guys throw those in the chat. I will answer them as we go along and, as it pertains to what we talk about. We will also go over active and inactives. We're going to do that at 11:30 Eastern. We'll also, go over some DFS value picks a little bit later in the show. Help you guys out with your DFS as well. We got John Smith in the house. What's going on? Glad to have you here. Always saying Higgins is going to be wide receiver 1 today. I agree. I think he'll have a wonderful day. Always a big T Higgins fan. So glad to hope he does well today. So first, let's get through all the news and go through all the players that are out, players that you're not going to have in your lineups, and that we're going to be talking about and storylines and all that fun stuff today. First, we know of a few guys that are already out. We know Russell Gage will be out today. Joe Mixon. We know that Derek Singleton for the Texans will be out today as well. Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, Mike Williams, Rondell Moore. Byron Murphy for the Cardinals. He's their cornerback. He will be out today. Matthew Stafford is a big one. We know that Kadarius Toney will be out as well. Romeo Doubs will be out as well. We also found out over the weekend that Isaiah Likely, Leonard Fournette, and Jamar Chase have all been ruled out for today. Also, Jalen Warren has been ruled out for Monday night versus the Steelers. Versus the Colts. He will be out. Some good news, though. Marquise Brown has been activated off the IR and will play today. Unfortunately, Chase Young will not play today due to illness, so he will be out for today. We were all expecting him back. I think he's back, but his illness designation gives him an extra week, I think, or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So the biggest news, well, not some of the biggest news, but one of the big news that I found this week, Adam Scheffler reported that, the Rams are uncertain when or if quarterback Matthew Stafford will be returning this season. There have been conflicting reports about this. Ian Rappaport saying that this is, saying that Stafford will not be shut down for the year and has a good chance of coming back soon. He's feeling a lot better. He had a stinger that, made his legs numb, and he's feeling a lot better. So maybe he will be back soon. So the reports of if he will or if he won't be back for the full season is kind of up in the air right now. I think right now a lot of people are just unsure at the moment, and I think it's mostly based on the team's record. They're 3-7, and they're not really sure what to do yet. Next is Josh Jacobs. He's listed as questionable due to a calf injury. He's likely to play today without any, unless he has a setback during pregame warmup, but it looks like he is going to go. Deebo Samuel as well. He is listed as questionable due to his hamstring injury. He is expected to play, barring setback, of course. Apparently there was a report that said that he looked like himself on Friday. So that's a good sign. Another bit of news from the Rams is Allen Robinson will be out today. He will not play. He's dealing with an ankle injury. That means Ben Skoranek and Dan Joseph will be the leading receivers for today, so be aware of that. Saints are slowly getting healthier. Alvin Kamara is coming back from an illness. Cam Jordan is back in the lineup. He had an eye injury. Both are expected to play today. Unfortunately, they are still missing out on Marshawn Lattimore. He's progressing well, apparently, as per Ian Rappaport, but not quite ready to play yet. The Ravens are getting back Gus Edwards today. He's been dealing with a hamstring and a knee injury. Demarcus Robinson has a hip injury, and Devin Duvernay has a hamstring. They're all expected to play today, so that's good news for them. The bigger news, and the one thing that I think a lot of people had questions about, was Justin Fields. It looks like he is unlikely to play today. The Bears have made some moves, kind of, making this known. He's still listed as questionable. They might bring it up till game time, but they promoted practice squad, QB Nathan Peterman, and, he's signed to the active roster. I would prepare for a really sloppy Mike White and Trevor Siemian game at MetLife. MetLife is going to be a tough game today. For those who don't, you should make sure you guys follow the fantasy weather guys. They are really, really, really good at predicting weather or showing weather and showing what's going on throughout the league and the matchups that you have to deal with. As of right now, they have a very that game. The Bears and the Jets are going to have a really heavy rain, heavy wind. It's going to be a sloppy mess over there. It's going to happen probably more towards the second, third quarter. So just be aware it's gonna be sloppy. And the same system that's hitting them is the tail end of it is going to be in Washington D.C. They're going to have rain and wind over there as well. So it's going to be a little bit more in the first half than the second, but it's still going to be hitting them as well. Browns are going to be getting 20-mile-an-hour winds with some light rain. That's going to be significant. A lot of all these games are being played mostly in the Northeast, where there's a big weather system running through it. So a lot of games are being affected by this. Bengals in Tennessee, they have some gusty winds at 20 miles an hour. That's mostly from the tail end of this particular storm system pushing through. So right now they could get 30-mile-an-hour gusts. It looks great there. It's just right now it's going to be a rough game. The Broncos game is in Carolina this week. They're going to have some gusts and winds at 20 and 30 mile an hour. So like I said, the same system doing the same stuff. The Ravens and the Jags, they could have, intermittent thunderstorms and, rain like they always do out in out in Florida. They're going to definitely have a little bit of showers during it, as well as the Seattle game. There are only, I think, two dome games this week. The Cardinals and the Chargers and the Pittsburgh Indianapolis Colts game on Monday. So just be aware of that. Those are the news and notes that are going around today. We'll discuss that and a lot more as we go along. Make sure you guys put your comments in the live chat. I will answer them as we go. So Jonathan Smith goes, random question, but how high should Kelsey go in redraft next year? I mean, he's going to go where he's always gone. He'll probably go at the end of the first, and that will be his, probably normal place to be. End of the first, beginning of the second. That's about where he'll go until further notice. Dynasty, it's one of those situations where I would trade him away now. Get the value for him now before he starts heading down, another road, because he's getting older. Not to say that he can't do it for, as long as like Tony Gonzalez or something like that, but he is, he's just a difference maker. So Patrick goes, yo, what's up? I'm in church and I had to step out for a minute. Juwan Johnson or Logan Thomas. So goddamn pissed. Didn't start Zeke. Well, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame her. He also says, I also picked up the kicker Dicker. Should I play him or Santos? I'm playing Carlos. I'm playing Dicker. Indoor game, easy. Like for me, I'm just playing Dicker. Your other question, Juwan or Logan Thomas, I'm going to go with Juwan Johnson here. He's going to have a rough matchup. San Francisco's decent at, they have good coverage. Fred Warner is probably one of the better covering linebackers in the league. And they do have really good corners as of right now. So, with Hufanga and things like that. But Logan Thomas, that game is going to be windy. It's going to be gross. They might have to check down. So I understand the reasoning, but I think Juwan Johnson should be fine. It's a better overall game. Perry goes, Commanders or Chiefs D? Chiefs D. Just, that's not even a question. Both are great. Chiefs D. They will have Bryce Perkins in at quarterback. There is no Allen Robinson. Tyler Higbee's banged up. They're running Cam Akers. Their line is beat up. This team has fallen from grace from the Super Bowl. So just be aware. We go, well, Tyler Bass, you can't play today. So it's either Robbie Gould or Buckert. I am not playing Robbie Gould. He's going to be in a crap game. I think Buckert is your best option here. Komet, Hurst, or Dolch? Oof. That's gross. I'm gonna go Hurst here. I think Hurst is a better option. Bass already played. Bass played with the Bills on Thursday night. He will not be playing today. So what up? Sorry, Perry. Yeah, Bills already played. So Bass can't be played. Looks like Bucker. Cool. Let me go back in and pray. I have a lot that I have to do back in a little bit. Thanks, Patrick. I appreciate you checking us out even during church. Thanks, man. That's the dedication we have here, folks. We have a guy that's in church coming out of church just to watch me for 5 minutes. I like it. I like it. John Smith goes, my opponent doesn't know that Bullock is out today. Oh, Lord. Well, he's still got an hour and a half to figure out if, Bullock's out. Hopefully he finds it out. Usually, I hate playing guys that just don't realize that a kicker's out. So, yeah. Perry Williams, Flex, Devontae Smith, Traylon Burks, Paris Campbell, or Devin Duvernay. I think Devontae Smith is. Oh. I was going to say, and it's good that you started him. I mean, that game he did well. I think he only missed one, and it was a really bad one, unfortunately. But for me, that particular game was indoors. All the Thursday, anything on Thanksgiving pretty much was indoors. So I rather played one of those guys if you had a kicker on those. I didn't know the weather prior to this, but it's bad. But Perry, for your flex question, Devontae Smith. Look who it is. It is Rasta. What up? What up? What up? Just waking up at home, joining the chat. Always enjoy having Rasta here, regardless if he's here on the stream with me or in the chat. So make sure you guys listen to Rasta. Jonathan goes, how effective do you think Latavius Murray will be today? I mean, they're going to give him the load. I mean, why wouldn't they? He's been running effectively. It's going to be a windy game there. They did bring up Divine Zigbo. I don't think he's a factor, but he's just someone they brought up. So they're going to, definitely be rotating a little bit. So I do think he'll be fine. Marlon Mack is going to be involved. But we've seen what Latavius Murray can do. I think he'll be fine. Panthers are strangely a decent run defense. So just be aware, Jeremy Chin has been back. They do have the bye coming up. So it's one of those things where they might do okay today. I don't mind the Carolina defense today in some situations. Both defenses I like today. I think that's going to be a low-scoring game today. So we'll see how that goes. Also, while we have a little bit of a break and waiting for people to throw their questions in, make sure you guys check out our sponsors right up here, Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, make sure you guys sign up. And when you do, use the promo code GetRight. And when you do, they will match you up to $100. They will match 100% of up to $100. There we go. They do pick 'em with insurance. They do over-under, rivalry picks. They do all types of stuff. So make sure you guys check them out. It's a lot of fun. I do it pretty much every week, betting on those player props and looking, for the best options. So make sure you guys check them out. Also, make sure you guys check out trophysmack.com, one of our other sponsors. They are a wonderful website with great things. Make sure you guys use the promo code GetRight at checkout. And make sure you guys look at these things. These are for next season. Customizable rings. These are great, great materials. They have the trophies. They have the chains. Like I said on Friday show, you can look like Kirk Cousins if you really want to. Add Kirk Cousins to it with the chains on it. I think that would be cool. Also, you got the belt, as always. Really great options here at trophysmack.com. So make sure you guys check them out as well. Also, we got, of course, I have it in the banner below, but we are getting closer and closer. Our 600 subscriber giveaway. We're giving away a signed Gabriel Davis jersey. We are only, if memory serves me, I'm going to look right now. I think it's only 9 subscribers away. We only need 9 more people to subscribe before we give this thing away. Let me just double check real quick. No, we need 10. We need 10. All we need is 10 subscribers. So make sure you guys go around, tell your friends, let everybody know, and we can give this jersey away. That's what we want to do. We want to give it to those who have been following and listening to us and making, we want to give this out for you guys. So make sure you guys check it out. Make sure you guys continue to like the show as well if you haven't already. Make sure you guys also check out some of our affiliate podcasts as well. Make sure you guys check out the Check Down podcast with Cody McGoats and the guys on Wednesdays, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern, right here on Get Right Network, as well as subbing to their channel. And the link is all in the description. So make sure you guys look in the description as well for the link. They're also going to be doing Monday night. They're going to do some watch parties and stuff. So make sure you guys check them out, follow them on YouTube, and make sure you guys click the notification button so you guys know when they're going to be coming on. Check out WAGMI Fantasy as well. Check out Colin over at WAGMIFantasy.com. Great articles and website with his rankings and audio podcast as well. Make sure you guys sign up for the Winning with WAGMI newsletter. I mean, one of the best. I enjoy looking at his weekly newsletter every week. So make sure you guys check it out. Also, make sure you guys check out the Fantasy Frontline podcast with hosts Tim and AJ. It sounds like a morning show on the radio. Tim and AJ in the morning. Check them out on YouTube and Twitter. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to their show as well. We have had Tim and AJ on here multiple times. They are great guys. Love having them on here. So make sure you guys check them out. John Smith goes Dolch or Juwan. I have to make a similar decision, sort of. It's hard to pick a guy against another guy like this. Juwan is not horrible. I like his situation. They're getting Trevor Pennington back, which is a huge upgrade to their left tackle. Yeah, I'm gonna go Juwan, and they're very close in my opinion. Both teams, the defenses that they're facing have really good corners, really good. Yeah, this is where I'm kind of going. Is he has the highest ceiling for sure. They're both facing good defenses. Remember, Jeremy Chin is back for the Carolina Panthers, so he will be most likely matched up with Greg Dolch. Playing inside and all that stuff. Fred Warner is also going to, he'll be probably covering Juwan Johnson a little bit, as well as, Tre'Davious Ward. And Hufanga. I mean, they're going to be the guys mainly going with this particular group. So these are really good cover guys. So for me, both are really tough options, but I think I might go Juwan because of the ceiling. Dolch is definitely a better floor play. So we got about 12 minutes until we hit the actives and inactives for today. Nothing's really been coming through the wire as of the last few minutes. I usually check everything prior just so that we have some stuff to talk about. Right now, I mean, we're trying to all these games are going to have some type of weather related issue. Games I'm going to be targeting a lot today are probably the Raiders and the Seahawks, probably one of the higher over-unders out there. Right now, the highest over-under game is the Chargers and the Cardinals. Raiders are right behind them as well. So those are probably two of the biggest games I'm going to be trying to target. Maybe the Rams and Chiefs, just because I want a piece of that Chiefs offense today in some way, shape, or form. But like I said, we're going to go over some value picks a little bit later in the show. Just want to wait until the actives and inactives so we can give you guys, the best options available when we know them all. Some of them are questionable, and we want to know that they're playing before we, put them in the lineups. So make sure you guys, wait for that. In the meantime, if you have any questions, please throw them in the live chat. We have it set for only subscribers. That's for bots. So if you're watching and you're not able to, ask your question, make sure you guys throw it in the, make sure you guys subscribe first and then ask your questions as we go. Like I said, we get a lot of bots in here. So Well, this is a good question. So Chiefs defense or Jets defense more? I do like the Chiefs a little bit more than the Jets. Just, I mean, right now, the Rams are basically a shell of their former self. They're playing a third string quarterback. They have no Allen Robinson. Higbee's going to be hurt. They're going to be running with Van Jefferson as their top wide receiver. For me, I don't think the Rams can really do it. I think the over under or no, I think the point spread for this game is 15.5. Um yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. The Jets game is going to just be gross. It's the same. I mean, honestly, they're both really good defenses. Jets have been really on fire as of late, but that game is going to be sloppy and gross. You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it's definitely made for more points in the context of fumbles and recovery and all that stuff. So I don't think you can go wrong here. But honestly, I mean, it's Mike White. I think it's going to be a really defensive game. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. So both game, for this particular matchup, I like both, but I'm going to go Chiefs. I like the Chiefs a little bit better. Yeah, it looks like Justin Fields, based on a report that's coming out right now from Colleen Kane, who is a beat reporter for the Bears. It looks like Fields is taking reps, taking third team reps after Simeon and Peterman. So I think it's looking like he ain't playing today. Looks like Justin Fields will probably be inactive today. So be aware of that. I really don't think Fields plays. That's why the Jets aren't a horrible play to me. They're actually the highest. You have to pay up for the Jets defense in DFS. I think they're the highest paid defense. Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, either works for me. But yeah, Justin Fields is probably not playing, taking third team reps as of warming up right now. So I don't see him playing at all. Some guys that were, that we talked about in the beginning, Allen Robinson, he's dealing with a foot injury. He will be out today. Some other guys that kind of came up late yesterday, Jalen Warren is going to be out for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, Najee Harris might not be a horrible play, but Colts are probably one of the better run defenses in the league, even without Shaq Leonard. Zadarius Franklin has been playing out of his mind. He's a great steal if you haven't already gotten him in IDP leagues. Romeo Dobbs, we know, is going to be out today. Byron Murphy is another guy. So make sure you guys get them out of your lineup. What's going on, JC? Glad to have you here. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the show. But thank you for joining me. Would you go with DJ Moore? Gross. I know. I'm glad you know. Or Devontae Peoples-Jones, full PPR. Weather in Tampa doesn't look great for Devontae. Yeah, well, they're going to be in Cleveland. So that, it doesn't look good for them in that game. DJ Moore, they have the same issue in both games, to be completely honest. So it's one of those scenarios that I'm going to lean probably more towards DJ Moore. I mean, Sam Darnold coming back as a starting QB, he probably will lean on his number one receiver, even though Patrick Surtain is probably one of the best in the league. Even though, I mean, he got burned the last few weeks. But in this particular matchup, I mean, both are going against decent corners. Both have weather issues. I don't like either. But full PPR, I'm leaning more, but my head is saying Donovan Peoples-Jones, but my heart is saying DJ Moore. Just because of their scenarios. Who's going to be down? I'm trying to think who's going to be down in these games. I think DJ Moore. I'm just going to roll with DJ Moore. It's like you said, it's gross. It's hard to pick from those two. But I mean, Peoples-Jones has been playing out of his mind lately. I think he's averaging like 7 targets a game. He's really good though. I'm going to go to DJ Moore. I think they're going to just run the damn ball in Tampa, or in Cleveland. Jonathan going, I'm really regretting playing Gabe Davis. Yeah, but he's a ceiling play, bro. I don't blame anyone for playing him. I mean, if you have to, you have to. Henry Tupper, what's going on, Henry? Thank you for joining the show. Make sure you like the show as well. Looks like you subscribe. So, Flex 2, half PPR, Pittman, P. Ryan, Pajenko, and Garrett Wilson. So, I'm going to lean more towards the running backs here. For me, if this is your first time watching, I tend to lean more towards the running back when it comes to flex options in more cases than not. And it's mainly just because of the concept of guaranteed touches. In this particular case, Garrett Wilson is off my board in every shape, way, and form. That game is going to be gross. Mike White, I don't trust. I mean, I like him. I like him as a QB. I really do. But in that particular game, it's going to be rainy, wet, and gross. They're going to just run the damn ball. I think it's a decent game for James Robinson, if anybody. But for me, I like P. Ryan here. Okay, let me put the caveat here. It's going to be P. Ryan and Pacheco, just because Pacheco's going against the Rams. They're going to be up. They're going to just run the damn ball. P. Ryan is not a horrible option. He will get the majority of touches, anywhere between 15 and 20 touches. But at the end of the day, that the Tennessee Titans have probably one of the better run defenses in the league. Jeffrey Simmons just clogs the hole. Trust me, man. It's one of those scenarios where I have low expectations, but hope he does well. Even after his 3 touchdown game, I think it's one of those things where I don't think he could sustain that. I think it's one of those things that if Joe Mixon was in, it would have been like 3 or 4. But I'm still going to go with P. Ryan and Pacheco here as those options. So hopefully that helped you out. I got official word that Justin Fields will be out today. So Justin Fields will be out. Be aware of that. Adam Scheffler reporting he will be out. Trevor Siemian is the Bears QB1. So don't play him. Sarah Walsh is reporting that the Bucs will have Villa today, which is good for them because otherwise Nick Chubb would basically run right through that defense. So we're slowly getting actives and inactives coming in. They're going to be coming in the next minute or two. But the big one is Justin Fields. He will not be playing today. We already kind of suspected that just based on how the team, set up. They basically called up guys. So a question from Blue Medical Tent on Sleeper. So Blue Medical Tent, hop on in here and ask your question. But Anthony's going to help you out here. PPR, pick one for the flex. David Montgomery, Pacheco, or Latavius Murray. Those are really great guys to pick from. Talent-wise, I would go David Montgomery. It's going to be wet and gross there. They're going to have to run the ball. So for me, I like Monty a little bit better than Pacheco. But all these guys are going to have to run today. So honestly, they're not horrible picks in any shape, way, or form. I think you can't go wrong. They're all pretty much right around the same for me. I mean, I have David Montgomery at 19, Latavius Murray at 20, and I have Pacheco at 24. So for me, it's probably David Montgomery. They run the ball a lot more than most people. Thomas, I'm assuming this is you. So Thomas, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. So for me, I'm probably going to be going with DMont. Going with Monty here. I like what he does. And they're going to have to run the damn ball to keep it away from Trevor Siemian. Like I said, it's going to be wet and wild there. So, I would expect a fumble or two. But Pacheco is probably my next option, then Murray right behind him, even though I do like Murray a lot. Carolina's decent. I think the Rams are going to have to – I think the Rams defense is going to be very tired today. Very, very tired today. So just be aware of that. But, yeah, I'm going to go Monty today. Go with Monty. So we should be getting inactives and inactives rolling through literally right now. This is when they normally come through. I usually get a bajillion alerts all at once. Yes, appreciate you, Thomas. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming in and subscribing. Like I said, from when I last checked, we're only 10 subscribers away from our 600 subscriber giveaway. We're giving away a signed Gabriel Davis jersey. So make sure you guys are subscribing to the show and you will be a part of that. Make sure you guys make sure you guys keep an eye out for a 600 subscriber giveaway. All righty. Now the actives and inactives are rolling through. It looks like we already knew Zach Wilson will be out today. Looks like, oh, wow. James Robinson is inactive today. That's a surprise inactive for me today. Wow. Sheldon Rankins is going to be out as well for the Jets. So Michael Carter might be a really, really good play today. We already know Joe Mixon is out. We already know Jamar Chase is out as well. He's officially inactive. Leonard Fournette, we already knew about. Russell Gage is out. Kyle Rudolph will be out as well for the Buccaneers. Maybe Caden Nodden might be a nice play today. Looks like Chase Young is officially inactive today. He will be out for the day, unfortunately. I know a lot of people were waiting for him to return. Gus Edwards, Duvernay, and Demarcus Robinson are all active today. Like we said before, they were expected to play. Nothing has changed in that particular situation. So Gus Edwards, only in some situations. I don't think I would play him in a lot of others. I think me and Anthony have him. So cheers. So cheers, guys. The Jets matchup scares me. I have another Lazard or Pickens. I like Pickens a lot. I really like Pickens this week. I'm a little upset that I don't have him in most league. I have him in one league, and I'm playing him over Lazard. So I would play Pickens. Yeah. I like Lazard, but the news about with Aaron Rodgers and his thumb, nope. I'm staying away. Staying away. Logan Thomas is active for the Commanders. The inactives for the Broncos are KJ Hamler and Jerry Jeudy. Oh, wow. Albert O is going to be out today. Greg Dolch, not bad. I like it. I like Greg Dolch a lot. I'm glad that kind of confirms things. We already know about Raheem Mostert. He will be inactive. James Robinson is kind of a surprise inactive. So be aware of that. So Thomas Fritz, I like the channel. Do you have a rankings website? We do. Make sure you guys check out our rankings over at www.getrightff.com. Me, Anthony, and Frank, we put up our rankings every week. Mostly me and Anthony. But make sure you guys check us out. We have swag on there as well. So purchase what you'd like. I just put it in the chat for you guys. So make sure you guys check it out. My rankings are all posted as of right now. I update them throughout the show just because I have a minute. But I do this. We're going to also go into actives and inactives shortly. But yeah, it looks like it's a healthy scratch for James Robinson. Xavier Knight and Tyler Johnson are going to be behind him, but I do think this is a good game for Michael Carter. We'll talk about him shortly. So yeah, we already know a lot of the big actives and inactives as well. So if you guys have more questions, throw them in the chat. I'll answer them as we go. But we're going to also go through some QB values. We're going to be using FanDuel. I use FanDuel for my DFS lineups. So we're going to bring that up right now and go over some good old DFS plays to help you if you're into that type of thing. So we're going to pop this up real quick. Boom. All righty. So we have the QBs pulled up at the moment. We're going to look at some QB value picks at this moment. You do have guys like Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow at the top, Tua right here against Houston. Houston is decent against the pass, but they're losing their best corner, so might not be a horrible matchup. But I'm going to go a little bit lower on the scale, and we're going to look at Geno Smith here at $7,600 going against the Raiders. Raiders have been one of the worst defenses, even though they're actually pretty good on the line. Max Crosby has been playing out of his mind. For those who love defense, he's been playing good. Another guy, you could probably get away with today is Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he'll be very lightly used. He uses everybody else to make it. He's a very good floor play. He gets 16 to 18 points, but has a ceiling of like 25 when he's going crazy. So for me, $6,800 against the Saints, not a horrible option in my opinion. Another guy, if you really, 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 really want to spend down, hold on, just looking at some last minute inactives rolling through from the Texans. No one outside the normal. One guy, if you really want to spend down a little bit, is Taylor Haneke. I mean, going against Atlanta, $6,500. You can pair him up with guys like Scary Terry and stuff. Like I said, the game is going to be windy. So I don't know if you really want him that much, but he might not be a horrible option. Bryce Perkins, as much as I'm talking down about the offense, he does run a ton. So he does have a decent floor at $6,600. Isn't horrible. So it might be a decent game, but with that point spread and stuff, it's just hard to pick. I think a lot of people are going to be picking the Rams just because of their defense, but they can only be out there for so long. So that's just me. Let's move on to running back value picks. These are guys that I think that you can spend down on and you can find at a very good value. First, I'm going to answer my good friend right here, Drew Lorio. What's going on, Drew? Glad to have you here. He goes, what's up, Mike? Start one wide receiver and one flex. Christian Kirk, Cortland Sutton, Alan Lazard, Damian Pierce, Michael Carter, and Isaiah Pacheco. This is a half PPR league. So I want to lean for the flex option. It's going to be between Carter and Pacheco. For the wide receiver option, it's going to be between Christian Kirk and Cortland Sutton. I think I'm going to lean Kirk just because of the matchup. I think Baltimore has been beat through the air, and they might have to do that here. Cortland Sutton's not a horrible option here going against the Carolina Panthers, but I think Christian Kirk might have a decent day. So I'm going to go Kirk, and then it's between Carter and Pacheco. I like Carter a little bit more just because he has less options behind him. Tyler Johnson and some, Xavion Knight, who I don't even know. It's one of those things where it's just going to be a gross game. It's going to be wet. I think they're going to have to run the ball a ton. Short dump down passes. It's going to be windy. It's going to be gross. So that's what's throwing me off a little bit here. I would have liked James Robinson a lot better if he was actually active. But Michael Carter is not a horrible option here. Pacheco's in a better offense. So it's really just picking between the two of what you're looking for. Rams are actually good up front. For their defense, their defensive line is actually pretty decent, and Pacheco's more of a downhill runner. I think I'm going to lean Carter here, even though Pierce might be a good option. Going against Miami, I just don't trust anybody. You know what? I might lean Pierce, and I think it's just because they're going to have to lean on him a little bit. I think volume takes over here, and it's better weather there. I think I'm going to go Pierce. Yeah. I like all three options, but I think Pierce might be a good option. So let's roll through some running back value picks today. Honestly, my favorite picks of the day are Kenny Walker. I think this is just a smash matchup. If you can afford him, buy him. I will strongly suggest I will have this in every lineup is Jeff Wilson. I think Jeff Wilson's in a really good matchup this week against Houston. They're worst against the run. I am loading him up everywhere with Raheem Mostert out. So for me, Jeff Wilson is the guy I'm looking for. Another guy, value picks wise, I'm going to go with James Conner, $7,000. I mean, not bad against one of the worst rush defenses in the league. I think James Conner will carry the load and be fine. Another option is, of course, Samaje Perine, a little bit lower on the list. Like I said, play with caution. Tennessee Titans are probably one of the better teams against the run. So for me, $6,600, it's not a bad price point, but I'm not expecting what he did last week with 3 touchdowns. So he's just a good price point if you want to go a little bit higher in your wide receivers. Another one is Rashard White. I mean, he is, $6,400 going against Cleveland. Cleveland has let up a lot of points to the run. Um, his stats are not promising, but he's the lead back in a good system with Tom Brady. I don't see anything horrible. The weather's going to be bad there, so they're going to have to run the damn ball. So for me, this is not a horrible option if you want to spend down at running back. Same goes with Isaiah Pachenko. I literally just talked about him before, but he's going against a good Rams front. But he's going to be used a lot because there's no one else there. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is an IR, so he's another guy. Michael Carter, $6,200. I mean, like I just told you, it's going to be a wet, gross game. I think he's going to be used often, and he's not a bad option. Another one is Latavius Murray going against the Carolina Panthers. They've been letting up a little bit against the run, but they are a pretty stout defense. He's only $6,200. I think they're going to lean on him. He gets 15 to 20 touches a game. Not a horrible option. Brian Robinson as well. All these games are in crap weather. There's one big front literally pushing through. If you look on your radars right now, you can see it's literally going from, I think it's from Atlanta all the way up to New York, and it's literally just pushing north. Brian Robinson is a great option. I think they're going to have to run the ball against Atlanta, who has been giving up points against the run. So for me, $6,100 is a great price point for him as well. Next, we're going to move into wide receiver picks, value picks that you can find. I mean, T. Higgins is probably my favorite pick here. If you're going to play up to one of your guys, I know it's going to be a little windy there, but T. Higgins is probably one of my favorite. Jalen Waddle as well as another good pick in this. We already talked about Christian Kirk, but we're going to go to value picks. That's what we're going to be talking about here. $6,800. We can go with Joshua Palmer at 68 going against Arizona. Murphy will be out for this game, so that means they're going to be short one corner. And for me, Joshua Palmer fits that particular situation. Tyler Boyd on the other side of the ball for the Tennessee Titans, or going against the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee is one of the worst teams against the pass. $6,700. Boyd kind of stunk it up last week, but at the same time, he's dependable. They go to him in a lot of situations. I know this is going to be a very run-heavy game, but they like him on third down and a few other options. So he should get anywhere between 5 and 7 touches today. So for me, I like Tyler Boyd. Another guy, Brandon Ayuk. This guy has been on fire. It's hard not to take him. $6,700 is a great price point going against the New Orleans Saints. Marshawn Lattimore is going to be out for this one. So for me, Brandon Ayuk is a solid pick. Juju Smith-Schuster is also another pick going against the Rams. $6,600. I mean, you can't go wrong there. He's coming back from injury, coming back from a concussion. That's the only thing you got to worry about, but he should be fine. Another guy a little bit lower on the list, if you really want to kind of spend down a little bit, is Zay Jones. You can get him for $5,700 going against Baltimore. The Jags are going to have to throw against Baltimore just to stay in the game. I think they're going to try to run the ball to keep Lamar off the field, but that defense is actually really good against the run. So just be cautious with that. Another guy, if you really, 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 really want to spend down a little bit, is right here is Van Jefferson. He's one guy that you can go for at $5,600. Kansas City has been pretty generous against the pass. So Van Jefferson's a good point, but if you really want to spend way less, you can get his counterpart over right here, Ben Skoranek. He should be a decent play today at $5,100. So make sure you guys check that out. Anthony helped me out in the chat saying we have subscriber mode on. If you don't see your comment, be sure to subscribe. We'll answer your questions as they come. Like I said, we have that on for bots and all different types of stuff. So make sure you guys subscribe to the show if you're watching. Jonah Archangel, what's going on? How you doing, man? He says, hope you're having a good morning. I am. Thank you for asking. I hope you're having a really good morning today too, Jonah. He goes, who do you like more? Michael Carter with he's asking Michael Carter or Tyler Lockett. I like both. Honestly, I really do. But Michael Carter, more guaranteed to touch. They're going to run the damn ball. It's going to be gross in New York, like I said. So New York is right now. There's going to be a really gross storm. We're going to be getting hit from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So it's going to hit more in the second half of the game. It's going to hit probably like this in between halftime and the third quarter. But it's going to be gross. Just be aware. It's going to be gross in the Northeast. Anywhere that there's a game in the Northeast, it's going to be bad. So just be aware. Ray, what's going on, Ray? Hope all is well. Sorry about our loss. It's okay. We did well, sort of. But got to beat Washington or it's over. I know. We're 2-0 or 0-2 in the division. Not a good look. So he's at Ray is asking, banged up Debo or Joshua Palmer full PPR? That's a great question. I don't mind Debo, but that hamstring scares the living shit out of me. For me, I think and this is odd to say, to be honest, but Debo is the lower floor. I think Palmer has a lot to kind of go higher. I think that game is going to have more points. I mean, the point spread for the Chargers Cardinals game is 48 points compared to the Saints and 49ers being at 43. I know it's only a 5-point difference, but that just means that there might be a little bit involved. Honestly, that's a great question. I might lean Palmer just because he's a little bit more healthy. Even though Debo, there's a lot of cooks in that kitchen, but he's used, and I think they're going to kind of ease him back a little bit. So I'm going to go Palmer. Yeah, this is another good point by Anthony. White loves to throw to his running backs too. Carter could see up to 10 targets today. Carter is a huge, huge play today. Me and Roster are playing Carter. I made sure. I made sure we had him in that lineup, man. I made sure. So do we like Robinson over Pittman and Najee as well? So which Robinson are we talking about? If it's Allen Robinson, he is out today. If it's James Robinson, he's out today. If it's Demarcus Robinson, he is active, but I don't know if it's one of those guys. So let me know which Robinson you mean. If it is Allen Robinson, do I like him over Pittman or Najee? That's a good question. For me, I think the matchup's good for Pittman with Matt Ryan behind center. I think he'll be fine. Najee has no one behind him. Oh, you meant Carter? You're killing me here. Had me going all different directions. All right. So we got Michael Carter over Pittman or Najee. Ooh. I would be a horrible analyst to tell you to play a guy like Michael Carter over a guy like Najee or Pittman. But with the matchup that they have, the situation that they have, in the context that it's going to be a crap slop fest over there. And on top of that, he's just going to see a ton of volume. It's so hard. Like he moves up, in my opinion. Like I had him currently at running back 27. I'm probably going to be moving him up to something around the lines of running back 18, roughly, just because of his particular scenario. But I mean, over Pittman and Najee? Pittman against the Steelers isn't a horrible option. Najee against, I don't think Najee you can play. So for me, it's Pittman and Carter. I mean, Najee's going to have no one behind him other than Benny Snell because Jalen Warren will be out. So that's kind of a plus in his column. But I think Pittman should be fine. Is it PPR league? That's my next question. Jonah, is this a PPR league? Is it full PPR, half PPR? What do we got here? What do we have? Let me know if it's full PPR or half PPR. I need to know. That is kind of in where my decision will lie. And it's full PPR. Damn it, I knew it. I'm going to go Carter. I'm going to lean Carter. And I like Pittman a lot. I just think running back touches passes. He could get 10 targets and run it for, 15 yards, but he could catch a pass and run it for 50. I mean, yeah, I'm going to go Carter. It just feels so gross. It just feels dirty. Like you love a guy like Pittman and then something dirty like that happens. Ugh. Uh, why do you guys give me these questions? So Jonah goes, all my Thanksgiving players underperformed, and Kirk and Allen were my opponent's QBs. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I had a couple guys underperform too. I had Stephon Diggs he got the touchdown and salvaged his day a little bit, but still considered underperformed. And Devin Singletary as well. So I get where you're coming from. I had Singletary in a lot of spots, so a little upset by that. But got to do what you got to do. Hopefully, it all works out. But yeah, right now that's my best option that I can give you. I mean, Carter should see a lot of play, but like I said, it is going to be gross in New York. So just be aware. That game is going to be Mike White against Trevor Siemian. Like that is the type of game we are talking about. I don't even know who to pick for like the win. The over under. I would pick the under in this game. I would pick the 38 points. I'd take the under. It looks really bad. All right, let's move on to the tight end position. We got a few value picks for you here, but to be completely honest with you, Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, one of these guys should be your choice. It's in these types of DFS situations, I'd rather pay up for Travis Kelce just because of the concept that he's consistently that good, that it's kind of hard to not spend down. But if you want to spend down a little bit, Tyler Higbee should be a decent pick at 5,700. There are no other options in LA. Greg Dulcich is a good option as well, $5,300. He should see a lot of targets here and there. Hayden Hurst I like as well. The Titans are not that great against the pass and not good against the tight end either, which I find very odd because Kevin Byard is one of the better safeties in the league. But Hayden Hurst should see a target or two with Jamar Chase out. Another guy who I like a lot is Evan Ingram going against Baltimore today. Baltimore has given up points through the air. This game is in a decent scenario compared to most. Another guy who this is a really big dart throw. So if you want a guy that you don't want to spend up on, but you could have, he could give you 0. But Jonah, not a problem. Thanks for all your help, man. He says, thanks for all your help. Best of luck, everybody, today. Let's win some leagues. I agree. Good luck to everybody. We're not wrapping up yet, but good luck to everybody. But one of the guys that I have as a really good tight end dart throw for me is Trey McBride. $4,800 going against the Chargers. It's indoors. No Greg Dulcich. No Rondale Moore. I know that Marquise Brown is coming back, so he's the third option. He is basically Zach Ertz. Not a horrible option for $4,800. You do have AJ Green there, but no one cares about him. I do. I like AJ Green, but no one cares fantasy-wise. Trey McBride is not a horrible option here. They're trying to introduce him more into the system. I do like him here. Another guy that I might like, let me see if his number is low enough. I was looking at Cameron Otten. Oh, he's high. Never mind. But yeah, I like Trey McBride here in situations. I might even throw him in here. You know what? I trust him that much. I'm going to throw him in here. Where is he? Just at him. Let's throw him in our lineup for today. I'm going to take my dart throw on him. I already have Jeff Wilson in. We'll set this lineup in a minute. Let's answer this question from Igneous Pennyfeather. What's going on, man? He goes, Olave or Rashard White today at Flex PPR. I think I'm going to lean Rashard White. I think they're going to have to run the ball. It's going to be like the Jets game, but a little bit more windy. So I don't think, I think they're going to pass down a little bit. Brady's going to have to check down a lot more. No, There is no who am I thinking of? Oh, there's no Leonard Fournette. So I think they're going to lean on him. Chris Olave has been playing out of his mind. So let's get that on the table. He's been playing great. He's going against San Francisco, probably one of the better pass, ranked teams in the league. The over-under for this game is 43. 49ers, like I said, are good against the pass. Good pass rush. Going against, Andy Dalton. I get your, I get your particular scenario. I just like Rashard White a little bit more. More guaranteed touch, in my opinion. So he could put up a little bit more than Olave, but Olave could explode. So I'm still going to go with White here. I just feel more comfortable in that realm. So hope that was helpful. All right. We're going to move on and we're going to go to our last value pick of defenses. We're going to go through the defenses real quick. And like I said in the beginning, Jets are ranked at the top $5,000 as the top defense. Honestly, I am smashing Kansas City Chiefs, $4,900. I'm going to pick them everywhere. My other pick is the Miami Dolphins at $4,400, coming off the bye, going against the Houston Texans. I mean, they're playing Kyle Allen. Why not? I like this. I like the Dolphins too. They're another guy or another group that I'm taking. Commanders, I liked a little bit more if they had Chase Young in, but I don't mind this game at all. They're going to have to run the ball, and they are pretty good against the run. So Atlanta is just going to be running the damn ball. I like this pick a lot. My other is, if you want to spend a little bit less, is the Seattle Seahawks going against the Raiders. I think they can do a lot to stop them today. I think they're one of the better defenses against a really offense. It's basically Devontae Adams. All they got to do is shut them down, and they are probably one of the better teams against the pass this year with their rookie D-backs in the back. They're actually big, tall guys that do well. Also, the Denver Broncos going against Carolina. I mean, Sam Darnold coming back from his first game. Yes, please. Denver has been playing out of their mind. I think this is a good matchup as well. So for me, I'm going to be playing Denver against the Carolina Panthers. It's a great matchup. I think you should definitely, take advantage of that as well. So you know what? We're going to throw them in here. Oh, no, wrong one. We're going to throw in the Denver Broncos real quick. We kind of got our low end options here. Let's start with our QB. I do like Geno. I really do like Geno today. I like a lot of options here. I do like Jimmy Garoppolo. Really good floor play. You don't have to spend up on him. For me, I might, I'm going to go Jimmy Garoppolo here. I'm going to pair him with his. I think I'm going to pair him with Ayuk if I can. So I'm going to go Derrick Henry here. I mean, they're going to run the damn ball in Tennessee. At least I hope they do. But I think I'm going to pay up for him. I'm going to pay down a little bit for our good friend Brandon Ayuk right here. Oh, no, there we go. Which means I'm going to have to kind of spend down a little bit on a lot of other players. We have $6,800 that we can play with for each player, which would mean that I have less options to go with a little bit. I could go Joshua Palmer here, which I think I'm going to do. And I think I can go a little bit, I don't want to play too low because I don't want to go crazy here. I do like Zay Jones today. I have a feeling about Zay Jones. But if you wanted to kind of spend up a little bit, you can go Marquise Brown here. Coming back after his first game leaves you with a little bit of money, $6,800 to pick, to pick your flex. $6,800 gives you guys like Cordell Patterson, Joshua Palmer, Deontay Foreman. I think Foreman's going to be hard to use today. Samaje Perine isn't a horrible option. He'll get volume. I think I might lean that way, but we got Rashard White right here. I think I'm going to go with that. Leaves us with 400, which isn't a bad price considering what we have here. might make me want to go up a little bit in my my defense if I can. So let's see what defensive options I have. I just can't get to the Miami Dolphins. I don't want to spend down on these guys. I mean, I could. I can go to McCaffrey instead and then change this, but I think I'm going to stick with the lineup I have. It's a little much. Um, I don't like leaving like $400 open. That's just leaving room for error here. Um, let's see what we can do with Marquise Brown off the roster. Let's see. Tyler Lockett, Olave. I'm going to leave this guy. Let's leave this up to you guys. I want some insight from the crowd here. We can either go with I'm not going to put Debo in, but we can go with Marquise Brown. We can go Cortland Sutton, DK, Olave, Allen. No, we're not going to use Allen because I don't want to take out Palmer. And then we also got Tyler Lockett here. I'm leaning Lockett, but I want to get everybody that's out there their opinion. How you guys feel about that? What do you guys think should be the wide receiver pick that I have here? Kind of, try to be as trying to be as interactive as possible, trying to get you guys to help me out. Like I said, I'm using my money here. So Anthony's leaning DK, huh? You're leaning DK. All right. I'm going to go DK there. Leaves me with 200. I like that lineup. We're going to enter this lineup. So not a bad choice here. I go Jimmy Garoppolo to go low. I got Jeff Wilson in there, of course. I love this matchup for him today. Derrick Henry should have a really good game, so I paid up for him a little bit. Brandon Ayuk in there, like that pick. Joshua Palmer as well. Then we got DK Metcalf, Trey McBride, who, like I said, this is more of a dart throw and kind of a, let's see type situation. Rashard White right here against Cleveland, not a bad choice. And then the Denver Broncos as well. So we just picked our team. I'll let you guys know how that particular group goes. Hopefully it goes well. Last few weeks have been going well for these particular picks. So we got a super flex question from Ray W. He goes, use Bryce Perkins, Pachenko, or Hollywood in the super flex spot. Full PPR. Yes, it's that bad. Okay. Honestly, I don't mind using Pacheco here. I don't think you can. It's hard to trust a guy like Perkins, but he will be getting you rushing yards. The guy is a run first guy. Now, I know you're waiting. You mentioned below that you're waiting on Deshaun Watson. He'll be back next week. So you will have him next week. For me, it's between Pachenko and Hollywood. They're going to spread the ball out a lot. I mean, they're not going to have Kyler Murray run as much. I think they're going to have him pass a lot. So for me, I think that it's one of those scenarios that you could play either and be okay. I think Pachenko I'm leaning towards just because Hollywood coming off the injury scares me. I'd rather go with the guy that I know. Like out of this whole group, I think Pacheco is the safer option. I think Pacheco is the floor play. But I think Hollywood is that ceiling play that you could go off. So if you need that ceiling play, Hollywood. So yeah, so Perkins, I don't know a lot about him either, but from what I know, he is more of a runner than he is a passer. If you watched the game last week, he jumped in, and let's look at his stats from last week. He came in, I wouldn't say late in that game, but he came in like I forgot what point during the game. But he finished the game he was 5 for 10, 64 yards passing. He got sacked 3 times. He ran 5 for 39. So, he was running. I don't know. He probably got about 20 snaps, it looks like, or 15 snaps, it looks like. And if he got 15 snaps, he ran 5 of them, so a third of his snaps he was running. He's a decent runner, and if you think he could do okay like that, then I would lean Perkins. I mean, he'll be touching the ball the most. So I just don't trust him as a passer. 5 for 10, so 50% completion percentage with 64 yards. He's a third string QB. He had a 70% QB rating. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I think they're going to have to run it to keep Mahomes off the field. So it's going to be a lot of Cam Akers and Perkins. Maybe Williams as well thrown in there. We also know that Darrell Henderson is not there anymore. He went to the Jaguars. So, I mean, Perkins might not be a horrible play. I don't know how much I'm trusting it. So I'm assuming this is so Anthony asks, I'm assuming this is your non-PPR league, is with Chase out, pick one for the flex. Non-PPR. Yeah, this is. So Christian Watson, Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson, or Brian Robinson. I'm already playing. I think Brian Robinson's a good play today against Atlanta. I think I would lean more Brian Robinson touching the ball more. I don't like the Allen Lazard situation with Rodgers. Same thing with Watson. I think Chris Godwin, if anything, would have a better day. So for me, the ceiling play is probably Godwin and the floor is Robinson. But I think you're going to lean more on Robinson just because you don't want to play Godwin and Evans in the same matchup. So I don't blame you. Ray W goes, Mike White is the only guy on the waiver wire worthwhile. Sorry. I don't even know if I would go with him. I think you did fine with Perkins. I think he's just going to be running the ball a lot more. I mean, I'm not saying he's Justin Fields, but I think he's that type of prototype. The concept of I'm going to run the ball 10 times, maybe get 60 yards a game, rushing, and then he will pass the ball maybe 120 and maybe a touchdown. Like, that's what you have to look forward to. Maybe an interception thrown in there. So, if you feel comfortable with that, then Perkins might not be a horrible pick. I mean, some other leagues I know of that they have Perkins running today. Pachenko is more, he'll get 10 to 15 touches for maybe 80 to 90 yards and a touchdown. Hollywood is more along the lines of could touch it 8. It could have 8 to 10 targets for anywhere between 80 and 100 yards and maybe a touchdown. So that's what I'm thinking. It's Worm. What's going on, Worm? Glad to have you on here. What's going on, buddy? Hope everything's good. Who are you playing today? You're not playing your brother. So who are you playing today? You are playing. Oh, you're going against Cali. Basically, you're going against your own team. let's just call a spade. You are going against your own team because you basically traded it all away. Sorry. I had to do it. I'm sorry, Worm. But not really. You trade away your team. But you're in the lead 64 to 1. So I can't knock you there. Got Justin Jefferson, who you got from me, and TJ Hawkinson did well for you. You got Darius Slayton in there. You got I like your matchup today. Got a lot of good players in. You got Mahomes. You got Pierce. You got Antonio Gibson. Well, oh, true. My bad. Callie's basically playing with your team. Sorry, it was the other way around. You're playing against the team that you used to have. Oh, my. Oh, this is kind of big. So, breaking news, apparently Nathan Peterman is going to be starting today against the Jets. Trevor Siemian apparently hurt his oblique in warm-up. Oh, my God. Wow, Nathan Peterman. Play the Jets. Find the Jets defense. If you need them, get them now. Go get the Jets defense. Find them before someone else. Play. So if you were watching before and I said the Chiefs defense, change it. Go right to the Jets now. Just Jets defense, just pick them. I think I suggested before playing who was it? I think it was playing Monty. Who was it? I hope you're still watching. You're probably not, because we answered that in the beginning of the beginning of the show before I knew about this news. Where is he? Where's the choices here? I can't find it, but it's either way. Woo! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I just talked about. I just saw it. That's crazy. And we thought we had QB troubles. Fair point. Fair point. Yeah, we are. Yeah. Wow. Trevor Siemian is going to not play today. It's going to be Nathan Peterman. Oh my God. They must be really upset right now. Nathan Peterman, man. I'm changing my picks too. Oh, no, I already had the Jets pick. Wow. Jets got a lucky lucky turn right there. Wow. Good for them. Like I said, if you have the Jets available on your waivers for your defense, pick them up now, because they'll probably be gone soon if they're not already. Yeah, they're gone in my league. I was going to go grab them, but damn. Should I go change all my picks? I think I have like 4 or 5 lineups that I had the Chiefs. I should maybe pay up for the Jets right now. Jesus. Anyway, make sure you guys throw your questions in the chat for me. I'm going to be wrapping this up soon if we don't have any more questions. I'm going to do just a quick little plug real quick for a few people. Want to make sure they get recognized as well. Make sure you guys check out the Check Down podcast with Cody McGoats. They'll be going every Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern, right here on the Get Right Fantasy Network, as well as their own channel. So make sure you sub to their channel as well. Make sure you guys check out Colin at WAGMIFantasy.com. They have great articles and a website with his rankings as well. It's an audio podcast, so make sure you check them out. Make sure you sign up for the Winning with WAGMI newsletter. Great articles, great rankings, so make sure you check them out. Make sure you guys check out Tim and AJ on the Fantasy Frontline as well. Check out their YouTube channel and Twitter as well. All the links for these guys are in the description, so make sure you guys use those links below to get to those particular guys. So Worm asks, what's up with Patterson's usage? I don't know, man. I mean, they do like Tyler Algier. I mean, he's been doing real well recently. So I think they're just trying to integrate him more into the game. They use Patterson more as like a third, not like a third. I wouldn't say a third down back, but they use him more in short yardage because he's a bigger dude. They use him a lot on the goal line, so that still makes him usable. But Patterson's been having kind of a weak last few weeks. So I understand why you have that question. Where's Patterson on are you playing him today? No, you're not. You're going with DeMarcus Robinson. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why his usage has been going down recently. Like I said, I think they're just spreading the ball out with their 4 backs because they want to keep everybody healthy. So Stephen Joe, what's going on, man? Glad to have you on the show. Make sure you guys like the video or the live stream, and make sure you guys subscribe you probably have, because we're only on subscribers. So he goes, Juju or Pachenko, happy PPR. I'm going to go Pachenko. Going to lean on Pachenko today. Got a lot of questions about Pachenko. I think he'll be fine today. Juju coming back from the concussion doesn't scare me, but it kind of does. It's a little bit of a, I think they're going to be up in this game. I mean, it's a 15 and a half spread, and they're favored. So who should I put in instead of Demarcus Robinson? So Worm, I don't really want to give you an answer because one, I shouldn't help you in a league that we're in together. The only other guy I like better is Zay Jones in your matchup. You have Zay Jones, Nick Westbrook-Akini, and DeAndre Carter and Alec Pierce. But I like Zay Jones there. If that's just me. So just reading some updates. Sorry. Oh, they're practicing Sunday. Why are they practicing Sunday? Evan Harris, what's going on, Evan? Hope all is well. He goes, need a last-minute trade for a tight end. What about Mixon and Taysom for Andrews and Brian Robinson? I have Chubb. Hold on. Whew. All right, so I have Chubb, White, CMC, and Carter. But you need a tight end. So what about Mixon and Taysom for Andrews and B-Rob? No, Mixon will be back next week, and your team will be on fire next week. Yeah, no. Don't do that. I mean, I understand why you. Oh, wait. Yeah, maybe I'll do it. You get Andrews out of it. You get Brian Robinson, decent depth. Chubb and McCaffrey will be fine. White is good. Carter's good behind him too, especially for the time being. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Then do it. Yeah, just do it. I like it. If you can do it, do it. It sucks giving up Mixon though. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to do it. Perry goes, I'm just going to ask it one more time to see where your head's at. Komet or Dolch? I think Komet might be a decent play, but the weather there is scaring the living shit out of me. I think I might go Dolch, and it's just yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Dolch. They're right next to each other for me. I mean, I have them ranked. Where do I have them ranked? I have Dolch at 7, and I have Clement at 11. And that's being nice because now with Perryman, no, it's Dolch. So yeah, Anthony agrees. Anthony agrees with the trade as well to go for Mark Andrews and Brian Robinson. So yeah, I like that trade too. Yeah. At first I didn't like it. I was thinking about it and then saw your lineup a little bit better, a little clearer. I do like I like that trade. So good luck to you guys. Good luck. Hopefully that works out for you, Evan. Hopefully you can get him before the game starts. Going against Jacksonville today, not a horrible option. Yeah. So Anthony says, and with Simeon out, I have to believe Wilson is better. Wilson? What do you mean? Do you mean? Yeah, who do you mean Wilson? Very confused here. You said Simeon out. I have to believe Wilson is better. Very confused. Yeah, but no. Wrong team. Trevor Simeon plays for the Bears. Oh, that Wilson. So Russ Wilson throwing to Dolch. Yeah, better quarterback in that particular scenario. Better weather. Essentially, the win is going to be, up there. But yeah, I like Dolch a little bit better in that scenario. Who made a move in our podcast league? Oh, okay. No one I care about. Yeah, I was confused there for a minute. And I was like, Wilson who? Jets don't have a Wilson other than Zach, and he's out for today. Anyway. All right, cool beans. So make sure you guys throw your questions in the chat. We're going to be wrapping this up in the next 10 minutes or so or sooner. So make sure you guys throw that stuff in there as we go, and I will answer it before we leave. Make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you guys check out our sponsors as well. We got trophysmack.com right here. We get the promo code Get Right. You will get something at the end as well. We have a ring. I mean, you guys can get rings customized. You can get trophies customized. You can get this chain customized. And you can get these belts, which are made from wonderful products, very good value, very good materials that they use. These are really great products for your league if you don't have them already. So make sure you guys use promo code Get Right. And like I said, they'll help you out at checkout. Also, make sure you guys check out underdogfantasy.com. I mean, they will match up to they will match you up to 100% on your first deposit up to $100. So make sure you guys use Underdog Fantasy. They have pick'em props, they have rivalry picks, they have all different types of stuff, not just for football, but they also have it for other things as well. I think they're even doing the World Cup as well. So make sure you guys check them out here. Oh, wow. So apparently David Montgomery is the emergency quarterback for this team, for the Bears. Oh, God. Anyway, so make sure you guys check them out as well. They are, we love having them as a sponsor, and we appreciate all they do. So make sure you guys check them out as well. Anthony lets us know his DFS lineup. His lineup is Patrick Mahomes, Michael Carter, Latavius Murray, Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, Brandon Ayuk, Travis Kelce, Treylon Burks, and the Denver defense. I like it. I like that lineup. Ooh, I like that lineup. Should I change my team? No, I like my team. I like my team, but I like the Mahomes Kelce stack. I recommend it to anybody. That is probably one of my favorite stacks to do. Kind of go low on running back here. How much is Burks? How much is Burks going for? I think 50 something. What's his value right now? Let me find the value for Burks. No, I like it. I like that lineup, man. Let me see. I want to see how much Burks is. All right. So Treylon Burks, he's in the 5s, I'd assume. Where is he? Yeah, he's 5,900. Not bad. I'm trying to see if anyone I would pick lower or higher than him. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Cam Akers is probably the only guy I would take over that. And he's only like $100 more. But I do like that, though. I like that lineup. Like it a lot. All right, boys and girls. We're going to wrap this up really quick. So make sure if you have any other questions, throw them in there now, or I will be getting out of here. Like I said, make sure you guys check out all of the things I've talked about, trophysmack.com, as well as Underdog Fantasy as well. Check out our affiliates, the Checkdown Podcast, as well as WAGMI Fantasy and the Fantasy Frontline Podcast as well. Make sure you guys check them out. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the show if you haven't already, because we are giving away a signed Gabriel Davis jersey at 600 subscribers. So keep your notifications on for the show. We will be doing a 600 subscriber giveaway once we get past 600 subscribers. We want to wait, until we get a little bit past it, because people go on and off. And we want to be at 600 subscribers. So make sure you guys check it out. We are at 593. So we are 7 away. Please make sure you guys subscribe to the show. Keep us keep us going. And pass the word along. And we will be back here Monday night. We will be back here to go over overreactions and things like that from week 12. give you guys some waiver ads as well to help you with your playoffs. We will also be back here on Wednesday as well, and back on Friday, like normal. And I will be back here on Sunday next week as well. So make sure you guys check us out. Make sure you guys continue to like and subscribe to our videos, and we will see you guys soon. I don't see any other comments in the chat. So hope everyone has a wonderful week. Good luck on your week 12 matchups. Well, unless you're facing me. And we'll see you next time. Have a great night.